So you beautiful people, it's Trakky and welcome back to the channel. A slightly weird video today. In fact, I can't believe I've actually pressed record to do this, but I think there's a part of me deep down that actually loves Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And I know you guys are going to think this guy's been drinking or he's lost his mind, but there are so many little tiny elements of this game that drag me back to those days where I was infatuated with Call of Duty. There are so many little ingredients about this game that have me feeling a certain type of way. Equally, there are a few things that are really grinding my gears, but I don't find myself wanting to turn this game off as much as, let's say, Modern Warfare 2019. The most I could last on that game was about 3 games before I really started to think to myself, I've got better things to do, I might as well turn this off. But Black Ops Cold War is the total opposite, and it's quite weird because I played the alpha, I played the beta, and I genuinely believed I wasn't going to like this game at all, but it became a different game to me. It genuinely became an old school Call of Duty in a new type of era. Now, I understand that aesthetically you guys are tearing this game to shreds, and a lot of people believe, including myself, visually it is a downgrade on Modern Warfare. But me playing Call of Duty for 11 years or so, one thing I can always say about Treyarch games is, in reality, they've always been a visual downgrade on Infinity Ward's games. They've been more arcadey, more cartoony looking. I mean, look at what came: Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, and then we had Black Ops 1. Then you look at Modern Warfare 3, you know, it was Desert Strike looking, real Afghan, you know, it really immersed you into a Warzone type of place. And then we got Black Ops 2, which again, I would say was a cartoony looking game. Add to the fact that it was set in the future as well. So this is something I can get over quite easily in reality. And I think it's a complaint that some people just want to have about Call of Duty because they haven't really got much more to complain about. The perk system in the game works really well, even though I will say that there's not that much variety. You have to run Ghost, you have to run Dead Silence or Ninja if you really want to be successful. Perk Greed is great, but then when I say that, if you really want to utilize the gunsmith really good and make a fully kitted out weapon, then you've got to make a few sacrifices when it comes to perks. So I really quite like what they've done here. One thing that I genuinely thought I was going to hate was the 150 health, but I think it fits this game really well. It works really well, and it makes, in my personal opinion, kills feel all that more rewarding when you do finally manage to wipe somebody off the map. But it's also nice to be able to run around the corner and get to cover if somebody is shooting at you, but they're not 110% accurate with their shots. So what are the downfalls about this game that really are letting it down, in my personal opinion, and are not making it realize its full potential? Well, the MP5 is a massive problem currently. It is super overpowered, and I don't really understand why this is the case. The AK-74U was broken in the alpha. In the beta, the MP5 was a bit of a problem. So how has it made it to the final game in the same state? Although I have protected Treyarch to a degree with the 2-year development cycle and the pandemic, I can't defend them in this manner because they've had enough data, enough feedback from the community to make the right, correct adjustments. Now, they have came out and said in their defense that they will be making some weapons adjustments, and I'm going to assume the MP5 is going to be one of those weapons because every single kill cam is an MP5, whether it's got a silencer on or some type of no stock, or every type of variant you can mention, you will see every type of MP5 in the kill cam. It's boring, it's mundane, and it's something that I don't personally enjoy, meta weapons, because I like to know that we've all got an even balance. Everybody's using different diverse weapons, and there will always be a more powerful gun, but I like to know that I outclassed you with a weapon that you probably can't use, instead of using the one weapon that everybody has to use, because in my eyes that's an absolute cop-out. You're not as good as you think you are if you have to use the meta weapon. that's just not how casual COD in my eyes works out. So definitely the MP5 needs a nerf for this game to feel like it's had a vast improvement straight away. Next up is the weapon leveling. It's absolutely ludicrously long. I feel like I've aged once I play this game and try and unlock the most trivial attachment like a foregrip. It takes absolutely ages. I can see why the previous point that I made about the MP5, I can see why people are using the MP5, because everybody knows it's the most powerful gun in the game, and to even have a half a chance of challenging it, you have to utilize the other weapons and get them ranked up, and just the thought of that is enough to think, you know what, to hell with it, I'll join the meta as well. Although, as you can see in the gameplay, I refuse to do this. I did it in Modern Warfare 2019. I just would not use the M4. So the Krig, highly recommended from me. You will need a few attachments, and I will do a best class setup video if you guys tell me you want one down in the comment section. And finally, we have to talk about it. It's skill-based matchmaking. The only thing that makes me want to turn this game off currently is skill-based matchmaking. It is a double-edged sword for two reasons. Skill-based matchmaking leaves you playing the most sweatiest games. You know the drill. You are playing head glitching, bunny hopping, sliding, won't move from a certain spot, using meta weapon players. It's guaranteed these players have been playing this game for 8 hours a day, and that's just not enjoyable. I want to play something with skill-based matchmaking that is similar to Modern Warfare 3, to Black Ops 1. What was wrong with that skill-based matchmaking? Because it was evidently in the game, but it was more obvious that it was down to your connection, and then everything else worked out in the background. If you played a really good player, you could go toe to toe with them. If they won one, you could re-challenge them and try and take that crown back off them. But now lobbies are disbanded. It's just a manufactured system, and it feels really manufactured and takes all of the enjoyment out of gaming. And then on the other side of skill-based matchmaking, you've got people who are trying to avoid it by reverse boosting, and that is really down to the detriment of teammates sometimes. I've been in games now where I've seen players go 1 in 30, and I think to myself, I've done everything I can to try and carry this team, pull us through to the win, and we've got you at the bottom absolutely taking the piss out of us because you're reverse boosting. And this is what SBMM does. It's counterintuitive to gaming. It ruins not just Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, not just Call of Duty, but gaming in general. Who wants to come up against either sweats or someone who is going to purposely make your team lose because they've only got themselves in their minds because they want a better KD overall in easier lobbies? So the only alternative here is to turn skill-based matchmaking down, because in reality it is too high in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And for me, what could be a top tier Call of Duty won't get to realize its potential because SBMM and the other things, which I believe will get resolved anyway, will turn that many people off the game, and all that will stay in their memory is Black Ops Cold War equaled heavy skill-based matchmaking. I did not enjoy the game. I've already told you guys before several times on my channel, this is what happened to me in Black Ops 2, and I didn't enjoy the game for about 6 weeks. I only played it for 2 and I returned to Modern Warfare. I don't want to do that with this game because I, along with most of you guys, have been yearning for a Call of Duty which is set in this type of era with boots on the ground. It's fully immersive, only for it to be ruined by something that can be easily toned down, which is skill-based matchmaking. So guys, let me know down in the comment section, in order, all of the three things I've mentioned to you, which one is affecting you the most, and just do it in 1, 2, 3. So the one that's affecting you the most, and at the bottom the one that's affecting you the least, because I have had people say that they can't see this SBMM in this game, which I find really hard to believe. Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but I like a subscribe button. I hope they take your fancy, and as always guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.